In this video, we will continue with revision exercise 4 of circular measures and trigonometry that you will find on page 216 in the Namibian AS-Level Mathematics textbook, y equals mx plus c to success. I want you to stop the video and I want you to do number 4 and number 5. Again, you can continue the video as soon as you are finished. Let's start. Number 4. The diagram shows triangle ABC. AB is 5. Okay, I think it's very important that we write it in also on the triangle. Okay. So in total, that is 5. Okay. That is 5. BC is 3. So in total, I will now write it in BC, and then, I think that was actually right. Okay, so BC is then 3 in total, and then this one is 4. Just for the interesting, you can already see that there will form a 90. 3, 4, that is by the triplet, a Pythagoras triplet. Okay, but before I go on, 3 circles with centers at A, B, and C have radii 3, 2, and 1. We can see that. The circles touch each other at point E, F, and G, okay, lying on this respectively. Find the area of the shaded region, okay. What we will first do is we must first get these angles. Let's just make that one, that one, that. So let's first get that angles. So we're going to use the trigonometry of ordinary level also. Can you still remember? If you have all 3 sides, how to work out an angle. Okay, let's start with the blue one. I'm going to say angle BAC, and that is going to be, can you remember, it was it was like the cosine but adjusted. So it's cos angle BAC, and then I take the 2 sides around it. So remember the 5 and the 4. So 5 squared plus 4 squared minus the one opposite, divide 2, 5, 4. Okay, and if I press that, okay, that's going to be 0.8. But if I press it on the calculator, I can just put it everything in one step. I can say 5 squared plus 4 squared minus 3 squared, close the bracket, equals, divide bracket, 2 times 5 times 4, close the bracket, equal, and then shift cos. Make sure your calculator is on degrees. So angle BAC is going to be, and now just because I'm going to simplify a little bit further, like let's make it 2 decimal places. So it's 36.87 degrees. Okay, 36.87 degrees. Now I'm going to do the same one, ABC. Okay, that is the green one. So angle, I do exactly the same, ABC. I say cos angle ABC, okay, and now remember it's the green, so it's 5 squared plus 3 squared, 5 squared plus 3 squared minus the opposite 4 squared. And then I divide 2, 5, 3, okay. And again, I press it in on my calculator and I approximate it again to, so angle ABC, if I brought that was 0.6, and if I go shift cos 0.6, 2 decimal places, 53.13. Okay, 53.13. And now I'm going to go for my yellow. So angle ACB, and again it's cos angle ACB, and that is going to be 4 squared plus 3 squared minus 5 squared, divide 2, 4, 3. Okay, And again, if I press that on my calculator, well, that's interesting. I'm going to get exactly 0. And if I say shift, cos, I'm getting, and there I see it now, angle ACB is how many degrees? 90. So there is my 90 as we predicted. Okay. Now, I have all my angles. Now, as soon as I have my angles, I can work out this sector, the area of this sector. So let's just start with the blue again. So area of sector, and that's, okay, EAF. EAF. And now I just do it, I can do it with ordinary. So I take that 36, that angle, 0.87, over a total of 360, and I multiply it with the area of a circle. The area of the circle is going to be pi, and what is the radius? Don't forget, the radius is 3, and I square. And again, if I press it on the, so it's 36.87 divide 360 equals, multiply shift pi, multiply 9 equals. And I'm going to approximate it again a little bit more, make it 2.896. 896, four significant figures. And then I do exactly, it's a lot of repeating, area of sector, and now it's going to be EAF. Okay, let's just going to go there. EBG, that one. Okay, EBG, and again it's my green, so it's 53.13 over 360 multiply pi. Remember the radius is now 2, and again square. Make it again 4 significant, so 1.855. Okay, I will put the units at the end. Now I'm going to go for my area, the yellow one, a little bit lower. So area of sector, and now it's going to CFG, CFG, and that's going to be now my yellow one, okay, and that's just 90 over 360, okay, it's like a quarter of a circle, multiply pi, and what is the radius? Just 1 square. And that is going to make it again to 4 significant, 0.7854. Okay, now I just want to make it a bit smaller that we can see everything. Okay, there it is. Now I'm just going to find first the area of the triangle, and then I just subtract this blue, green, yellow. So what is the area of triangle ABC? And I could have actually made it red because I see it was in red. But it's just half base times height, because there's a net. So that's your base, your height. There's a 90. Otherwise, I could have used ordinary trigonometry. But there's a 90. So let's just work. And I'm going to get 6. Okay, centimeters squared. And now I'm going to say, therefore, I want to move area of shaded. And now I'm just going to take that 6, I subtract the blue, I subtract the green, and I subtract the yellow. And if I do that, I approximate to 3 significant figures, and that's 0.464. And that's centimeters squared. And that's a very easy, I would even say it's an ordinary level sum. Okay, you can even do it with that knowledge. Okay, and that was number 4, and now I'm going to do the final one. Okay, just make it a bit bigger that you can see again nice. Okay, there is the final, number 5. Now, this is a bit challenging, and I'm going to bring a few things in. It's also good maybe to first go to your textbook and revise it a little bit before you start with a sum like that. Okay. So if I start with this one, number 5, I will start with the function f is defined by this. There is the function. There is the domain. It's given. Okay, and now you're going to need the knowledge of the cost graph. And you're going to have to bring a lot of connections in. But let's first start. And I will even show you a table also. Refer you to a table. Okay, if it's 2x, it's actually meaning that a normal, and I'm going to draw both to you. And as I said, the most important in AS-Level is that you make a lot of connections and not just look at sums just separately. But a normal course one will go like this. Okay, but now, and it's not to say, it can be that the value of b becomes negative or something like that. It can even change. I don't know at this stage. I must still find it. But if it's 2, say there is 2 pi. Now, yes. Then it means a normal one, say there's 1 pi. It will repeat and it will repeat. It will be 2. But now they only went up to pi. And it's 2. So it means, and if I just going to, okay, say something like that, because it's going to, and it's only up to that. That is scratched now. Okay, it's not part of the graph. So if they come with this statement by saying f0 is -1, okay. So doesn't matter if it's the maximum or the minimum, it will come to the same. But I can say at 0, it's going to, and now because I don't know if this is negative or positive, I'm just going to assume that that will be a maximum point. At the end, you will see it's actually the minimum, but it's fine. It will work like that. Okay, so I'm going to, okay, can I just show you the table? Okay, I will first. If I'm going to go to f, a half pi. Now, a half will be here, pi over 2. But it doesn't matter. I just want to focus on, and I said that that will be 7. That is going to be the minimum. But doesn't matter why. I'm going to say 1 is the maximum and 1 is the minimum. Okay. Now I want you to go back to that table. And I'm just going to bring it into you. Otherwise, I have to go back. I'll now take it out again. I want you to go to this table. It's on page 160. I'm here with the cost graph now. Okay. So the maximum value, okay, if I want, doesn't matter if it's what. It's a plus c. But just remember, you have to now check this. Let's just say c is the one on its own. C is just the one on its own. So this is c. And then a is the one standing with the function b. So I'm basically going to say for a maximum value a plus c, okay, and for the minimum negative a plus c. Okay, I'm now at this, but it's the same for sin and cos. So can I just show you again? I'm there. So for the maximum, it's a plus c, actually just meaning the one on its own. The one on its own, in this case, it's now a. So in this case, this is a. And in this case, this is b. So I'm just going to say now a plus b. Are you with me? And negative, the one that's standing with the function. See, negative a, the one with the function, negative b plus a. So I'm using this table or the info on this table. Can I just take it away a little bit? I can bring it always back if I need it. Okay, so I'm out of this maximum and minimum points. I just want to form 2 equations. So I'm going to say, okay, this is the first one, a plus b, because I just have an a and a b now. Okay, and that's -1. That's equation 1. Then I'm going to say for the minimum, a, but now I say minus b. Are you with me? That's the minimum. And that's because the one, if you look here, I just Add that again, just want to be. So the 1 is just a plus and the 1 is a minimum. And now I'm going to get, and that's 7. Okay, and that's equation 2. Now I'm just going to solve it simultaneously. So if I solve, I get 2a and I get 6. So I divide 2, I divide 2. So therefore, a is equal to 3. And if I want to see b, I say a plus b equals negative 1. So 3 plus b is negative 1. So b is negative 1 minus 3. So b is negative 4. Okay. Meaning, I'm going to substitute it now in. Let's just see what I get now. I get a is 3. But look now, it's negative 4. Are you with me? Cos 2x. Now, can you remember from this chapter that if you see negative, it means the graph was not actually going like that. The graph was going the other way around. But it's not to say we still have to think if it's shift up or shift down, because that's what's going to happen. Okay, and we will now find. But let's just first end up with that. And now I'm just going to, I'm getting rid of the table now. Come on. Come on. Okay, table's gone so that I can see the question again. Okay, so find the values of a and b. So I can just say, therefore, I actually already said there. Therefore, a is 3 and b is negative 4. Okay, now, find the x-coordinates of the points where the curve intersects the x-axis. Now, when it intersects the x-axis, let's just go to number B. So, intersect x-axis, make y 0. Okay, so we're going to do that. So, in the place of y, we put 0. And now we're just going to solve this and in that range. So take that over because we don't like negative. And then we divide 4. And we're going to, but don't forget there. Okay, but that domain was 4. Okay, let's just fill it in here. That was when x was bigger and equal to 0 and smaller and equal to pi. But that is now 2x. So I have to multiply 2, multiply 2, multiply 2. So it's 2x. Okay. So I'm going to find that, so I'm actually going to solve cos 2x is 3/4 in that domain. Let's just do that. Okay, so I'm going to say where is cos, but now, okay, so now it means it's the whole. So where is cos positive? I'm going to say cos is positive there. Do you agree? According to my cos diagram. So this is my cos. Okay, so I'm first going to find my basic angle. Oh, sorry. So I'm going to press on my calculator, shift cos. Okay, but now, be careful. This is in radians. So make sure your calculator is on radians. Go to radians. Okay, so now shift cos and then bracket 3 divide 4, close the bracket, equals. And make it 7 to make it 1 more. We're going to go to 3, but make it 1 more. That means this is 0.7227, 0.7227. So I'm going to now go and say, okay, 2x is equal to that 0.7227. That's one answer. The other 2x is going to be 2 pi minus 0.7227. Then I divide 2, I divide 2. I get x is equal to 0.361. And then I subtract and I divide by 2. And I get x is equal to 2.78. So if I want to conclude where, I will now read what's the question. So I just want to say, therefore, x is 0.361 and x is 2.78. Let's just go and read the question again. Find the x coordinates. They didn't set the full. If they said full, I should have write it 0.361, comma 0. Okay, but they did not. They just wanted the x coordinates. Okay, so that was question B. Now, sketch the graph. Now, you must remember, they said here, it's -1 and 7. So if I'm going to sketch this graph, this can be, I'm going to do it here for you. And I always like to make a line there. Okay. So if I do it here, get my pen correct. Okay. So remember, it's going from -1. So from -1 to 7. Remember, it's negative. So instead of that the graph was coming from the top, it's a reflection in the x-axis, so the graph is coming from the bottom. Are you with me? It makes a full because it's just up to pi, but because it's 2 pi, it will repeat twice in 2 pi. Okay, because it's 2x, let's rather say, because of the 2x. Okay, but they want the graph just in that, only up to pi. So I would say you have to make a grid. You have to work with centimeters. So let's just go to my grid. Okay. So if I now, and I'm going to take my ruler, I need a ruler. Okay. I hope it's enough. I just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I just want to see if I can make it a little bit longer. Don't want. So make your 1 centimeter. Otherwise, you're going to struggle. Oh, sorry. Just get. Okay. And then I'm going to do this. Okay. So now I just know it's going to go like this. I can just go 1, 2, 3, 4, and maybe make that pi over 2. 1, 2, 3, 4 that I just have. So I will just know that this is going to be pi over 2. Let's just get that pen correct. 2, and then this is just going to be pi. Now I know it's going from -1. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, up to 7. Okay. And now it's just a bit, and I know that the middle is 1, 2, 3, 4. So that helps me a little bit if I put my focus there. So it's just going to be something like this. So it's going to make the turn here. I just want to go a little bit low. So, and then it's just going to. Okay. If you want, you can also put in between values just to help you a little bit. But it's just going to make this wave there. This is pi over 2. And just for the interesting, that is where it was cutting that other values. But okay. That's how you, maybe you will just give it a name. So this is y is equal to 3, or let's call it rather fx. Fx is equal to 3 minus 4 cos 2x. And that's how you do it.